The Catholic Charities Post-Adoption Case Management Program was created with the intent and purpose to help families who have finalized the adoption of a child or multiple children in Virginia with resources and services that they may not always have access or availability to, especially when we get some new families that move into these areas and adopted a child and starting a family. They may not be familiar with what is available, or they may not be too familiar with what difficulties the child is going through, whether that be a mental health issue or a medical issue of another kind. We step in to be able to provide those resources and services to them. Some of the benefits of this program that families can attain if they choose to enroll into the program is the assistance of resources within the given area of their residency, as well as services pertaining from teen anger management to mental health counseling to even financial issues that may arise from being able to face the challenges that the child may go through. We can be an advocacy for you throughout the community in different aspects. Some of those aspects can be an advocacy within the school system. Say your child is having difficulty focusing, or they're having outbursts within the classroom, or maybe they're just not fitting in some way or shape and form, and you find yourself as a parent having difficulties talking to the school system and trying to come up with a plan that will be able to benefit that child without interfering in their education. In that part, we are able to advocate for you to help you come up with those plans within school systems. We can also be an advocate for you in being able to help obtain the documents after adopting a new child. We understand that sometimes this process can be long and tedious. These documents can range from Social Security cards for the new child to birth certificates. We can even help you with adoption assistance throughout the state. So beyond being an advocate for families within the cities and throughout the other surrounding areas, we also like to try to provide social events for families to kind of give them an opportunity to connect and mingle with other adopted families within the area. So that way they feel like they are building having an opportunity to build a connection and create contact with other adopted families to exchange ideas. And we do this through social events such as bowling nights or parents' night out, or we do game nights, which has been a very popular option within our program. A question that I often get asked in my line of work after informing parents about the services, resources, and advocacy that we can do for them throughout the community while they're enrolled into this program is why even bother in joining the program. I often refer to a personal story to share with them to try to give them a better sense of why this program would be beneficial or even important for them or for their adopted child. I spent nearly 10 years in the foster care system myself, growing up until I finally found a loving, caring family. And in that time, I've had many, many challenges that I've had to overcome myself. So I share that story with parents to let them know that the adoption is a beautiful, wonderful thing, but can often be overshadowed and clouded by the difficulties that soon follow afterwards, that the child may or may not know that they're going to be dealing with, because that child is coming into this beautiful family and this home with a story that oftentimes involves trauma. That child's got a whole history of trauma ranging from either physical abuse or emotional abuse or even neglect or even maybe starvation. And when these trauma are introduced to that child, they end up developing mechanisms to respond to those traumas, whether that is a random outburst, to hiding in a little corner, to screaming that I want food when you're cooking food right in front of them. And these all may seem very random and chaotic to you, but behind the behaviors, behind those actions and outbursts is the root cause of the trauma. So I say, enroll into this program. Enroll into this program and become informed on what we can offer you and the services that we can offer you. Because once you become more informed on what the trauma is of that child and their story is, you're able to offer them the help that they need. And that help is the loving, caring family that that child will end up waking up one day knowing that they have. You can enroll into our program in a couple of different ways. The first way is by adopting a child within the state of Virginia. After the finalization of the case will then get referred to us, and we will contact you through that case information. Another way is by self-referral. You can contact one of our case manager representatives and give your name, number, and a little brief history to the adoptive children that you have adopted. From there, a case manager for the post-adoption case management program will reach out to you, try to pick a date and time to come out and meet you and your beautiful family.